And I don't think that you can say that CNN is anything but fair. I mean, look at that. We covered President Biden's exit from the race very closely, the pressure on him to get out. And I feel like I can speak with authority on this. I'm from Alabama. I'm from a very red state. I have a very conservative family, a lot of them who are Trump voters. They watch my show every night.
So lately, Kaitlan Collins of CNN looks like she's been trying to fill the old shoes of Brian Stelter, which is to defend CNN and the media as being unbiased. We're just objective news journalists who are giving you the facts, which is so unbelievably ridiculous, and it's pretentious, right? Because it's obviously not true. It's okay to have a political bias, but don't sit there and pretend like CNN is neutral or exactly down the middle. And it's very funny because every time she has done this, she has been essentially laughed out of the building. For instance, there is the recent time on the Stephen Colbert show when the audience, the liberal audience filmed in California, literally laughed at her for suggesting that CNN was objective coverage. Check it out.
I know you guys are objective over there, that you just report the news as it is. No, I know. CNN makes it. I know
that's supposed to be a laugh line.
I wasn't supposed to be, but I guess it is.
Folks, if you enjoy the content, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. But it is seriously that laughable, okay, that even Stephen Colbert's audience mocks the idea that CNN is just down the middle. They're objective with the facts. But recently, Kaitlan Collins was interviewed this weekend by Bill Maher, and Bill completely tore into her for her network's political bias. She sits there and tries to pathetically defend it. Check it out. We're going to react to that here today.
You made press because you were on Stephen Colbert's show, and he said something like, you guys at CNN just report the news straight, and the crowd burst into laughter. Look, I'm on CNN now. I guess we're on it right now. I mean, they show this show the next night. I don't know how we get away with it with all the fucks, but they do. And all these dirty jokes. But I'm glad, and I'm a big rooter for CNN. But that tells you a lot, doesn't it? I mean, how do you guys think you are doing is in that arena of like, this is a terribly divided country. We're not only politicized, a lot of people just hate the other side. And CNN, in my view, should be the place where both sides can watch. How do you think you're doing with that?
How is CNN is the place where both sides can watch. And I
I'm just like Stephen Colbert's audience. This is true. Unbelievable. Like, no, again, it's what, just admit you're a liberal network. It's okay. MSNBC does it. I don't think Fox exactly hides the fact that they're the conservative network. What is with this act where we're going to sit there and pretend like, no, we actually have no political bias? It is pretentious. And I would argue maybe they want to do it for credibility's sake, but on many levels, it really degrades CNN's credibility. Because if you're going to be biased, go ahead. I'm biased. MSNBC's biased. We all have our own things. But don't sit there again and pretend like it doesn't exist. That is actually what leads people to not trust you, and perhaps that is a reason why public trust in a network like CNN is so ridiculously low. It is not because they are biased, it's because they outwardly deny their obvious bias. How stupid do they think the American people are? Oh yeah, Kaitlan Collins, no, she doesn't have a liberal slant at all. She's just a journalist. She's just like Walter Cronkite. Nobody believes this.
I think, my show is evidence of that. We have lawmakers on from both parties. We'll have Elizabeth Warren on one night. We'll have Ted Cruz on another night. I think lawmakers from both parties should take questions, and you should push both of them. But on CNN being a place of credibility, I mean, look at what just happened in Chicago.
Again.
We had 300 people from CNN on the ground covering that convention. There were several reporters from just our team alone on the floor, bringing it in real time to people. And I think CNN puts resources behind things and just brings a level of news that you don't get anywhere else. And I think CNN does a great job.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the people on CNN.
Folks, it is economically starting to look like 2008 all over again, and that's why it's never been a better time to invest in precious metals like gold and silver, and I've partnered with our friends today over at Goldco. Goldco makes it easy to protect and diversify your retirement savings with gold and silver IRAs, which can help shield you from inflation, dollar devaluation, all those bad things, and they make it easy to roll over your 401k or IRA tax and penalty free. It's a quick and painless process process. And right now you can also get up to $10,000 in free silver when you open an account. So don't wait. Protect your future, defend your privacy, and go now to vincegold.com. Again, that is vincegold.com. Get your free information at vincegold.com.
I'm talking about the people on CNN and what I know what the conservative side of America thinks, and I don't blame them. I watched Kamala's speech last night. It ended at 8:09, I guess 11:09 in the East. It wasn't until 11:23 till the one conservative guy, what's his name?
Scott Jennings.
This Lonely Scott, I call him.
David Urban was there too.
Wait a second. I watched from 8:09 to 8:23, they was just gushing about how great a speech it was. And I think she did fine. I didn't think it was as good as they were making it out to be. But if I'm a conservative in America and I'm watching CNN, just for the straight middle of the road, that's what I hear for 15 minutes, is it's great, and then Lonely Scott. It does look, I mean, and when you see the path, it does look like tokenism. It's kind of like the same as The View. It's like it's almost better to have nobody there, like MSNBC, than to have just
No, Bill Maher is exactly right about that. If you're going to be a liberal network, then at least admit it, then at least play into it, you know, but don't pretend like you're something you're not. That's the thing. Just like Kamala Harris, I guess, and the Democrats in many ways. Okay, if you're a radical progressive, be a radical progressive, but don't cross-dress as a moderator. Don't cross-dress as being a down-the-middle objective network that's just concerned with the facts when you're obviously not, okay? We saw how you treated Trump, Kaitlan Collins, by the way, in that town hall. Do you treat Democrats that way? Absolutely not. But, you know, they'll sit there and make excuses for it. Or they'll say, hey, look, we have one Republican contributor, so that means we're down the middle. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure Fox News has a Democrat contributor. Does that make them a center of the road network? No. If I bring a Democrat on this channel to debate or talk about something, does that mean I'm center of the road all of a sudden? No, it's still a conservative YouTube channel. That's fine. Don't lie about it. I think that's our point.
I don't think you could say it's better to have nobody there and then also lament the fact that you don't think the conservative guy, Scott Jennings, who is great, and we have him on my show all the time, spoke up early enough. I think it was a Democratic convention. They turned to Democrats, people like David Axelrod, who ran successful presidential Democratic campaigns first.
Really? Did you do that for the Republican convention? I'm curious. Really? Because I'd have to imagine, I didn't see, but when you turned off the Republican convention, most of the people reacting were your normal Democrat contributors. Okay, just gonna take a guess
of this, and I don't think that you can say that CNN is anything but fair. I mean, look at that. We covered President Biden's exit from the race very closely, the pressure on him to get out. And I feel like I can speak with authority on this. I'm from Alabama. I'm from a very red state. I have a very conservative family, a lot of them who are Trump voters. They watch my show every night, and I think they know that they can trust me, that, you know, we call bullshit on every side, not just whatever leaning our audience may be. And I think that's something that people actually want more of, is to...
Okay, well, I'm a conservative who grew up in California, and some of my family watches my videos. So guys, that means I'm not even a conservative. I don't even have a conservative spin on my content. I'm just objective because my family supports me. What kind of argument is that? She is so disingenuous. It's unbelievable.
To hear from that. I think Scott's voice is really important, but I think other voices are important to hear from. And everyone who was speaking last night, it's not like they were all Democrats. I mean, we had Dana Bash, Jake Tapper, Abby Phillip, all my amazing colleagues.
They're not Democrats? I'm sorry, I keep pausing. She's just so... Okay, Jake Tapper, Dana Bash, and Abby Phillips are not Democrats. All right.
They come across
giving
that way.
analysis.
They come across that way. In a moment like that, it was like 5-1. It always looks like 5-1. Okay, I'll move on.
Yeah, so there you have it, folks. Kaitlan Collins just trying to deny any political bias on CNN. Again, it's just ridiculous. Okay, it's just ridiculous. Like, everyone know, even the Democrats know this. Okay, even Bill Maher is standing there saying, no, you're obviously liberal leaning. Like, what's the deal here? I'm very curious to see if Kaitlan ever gets canned at CNN, which I'm not rooting to happen, okay? But if she ever does, if it does happen, is she suddenly going to change tune like Chris Cuomo and many others have? Or is she going to, I don't know. But but they always do this. It is what it is. But Bill Maher is absolutely right. This is a key reason why people do not trust the media, okay? Because they can't even be honest about who they are. So that said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like on this video, subscribe if you are new, and again, if you are curious in diversifying your retirement, protecting it with gold and silver, be sure to go check out vincegold.com down in the description. And until next time, God bless and peace.